In a cyber world where anyone can share anything, social media is turning average people into celebrities. They're called social media influencers, and their digital brand earns them millions of dollars. Katie Johnston shares the story of a Kansas influencer and how social media significantly affects his and other people's lives. It's new at 10.
An estimated 2.46 billion people in the world are on social media. Tanner Braungardt is one of them, and he makes money because of it. He's an influencer, which is basically anyone with clout in the online world. It can be anything from Instagram posts, streaming video games on Twitch, or lip-syncing on Musical.ly.
You came together and made new friends.
Braungardt's trampoline flipping videos on YouTube earned him millions of subscribers and hundreds of millions of views.
I was in my mom's room, and I was showing her how many views I got on one of my videos, and she was saying how if you keep this up, you'll be making more money than me. And that's when I was like, all right, all right, I'll keep doing it.
It all started in 2016.
His goal for that year was to get 3,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. He had 5,000 by April, 10,000 by May, and it just skyrocketed from there.
At one point, his channel was one of the fastest growing YouTube channels in the world.
Up until that point, it was just for fun. There was no plan behind it. It was just screwing around with my friends, and those are my favorite videos to go back and watch.
Braungardt posted a video a day, every day, for 2 years.
What is going on, guys?
Success allowed him to purchase a dream home for his family, 2 supercars, and travel all over the place.
But the thing I appreciate most now is, I guess, the financial security I have from doing that for so long.
So many people, I think, thought that it was luck. And if you saw the amount of work and stress that he put in at that time.
Both Tanner and his mom agree the likes, the subscribers, the fame of social media won't bring true happiness. There's pros and cons to the online world, but it's just an escape from reality.
When he was in probably the highest point of his success was his lowest point mentally, because he was miserable. He was just absolutely miserable.
Tanner says his online fame made him an untouchable in the real world.
I think people will start to look at you as not a human.
He says he found dead animals at his home. People egged his car, kids snuck into his backyard, or waited for him at his front door.
I don't know if it's ever going to stop.
These people that watch you, they feel like, well, I contributed to his success. I gave him this viewership. Like, I have a right to, you know, be involved in his life.
Now 18, Braungardt says he's taking a break from the social media to focus on new opportunities. Tanner and his mom wish teenagers would understand that online fame is unimportant.
It's this unrealistic hunger for success and an image of what everybody thinks of you.
A lot of people care about that more than their actual life that's going on right now.
In Wichita, Katie Johnston, Eyewitness News.
Well, moving forward, Tanner says he's looking into business opportunities, allowing him to return to his trampoline flipping roots. Right now, exclusively on your KWCH app, you can read more from the Braungardt's interviews and about how social media changed their lives. Fact Finder 12 looked into what kind of research is being done about the impact that social media has on a teen. The federal government is in the process of putting together one of the most expansive studies they've ever done on adolescent brain development. In their initial study, they found significant differences in the brains of kids who use smartphones, tablets, and video games more than 7 hours a day. Children who spent more than 2 hours a day on screen scored lower on thought and language tests than those who spent less time in front of a screen. 60 Minutes interviewed some of the researchers about the project. They say that society grabbed onto the convenience of social media and smartphones, but didn't look at the consequences until later on.
A lot of times with these technological shifts is these things are adopted because they're so wonderful and convenient, and we don't realize until later the possible consequences. And I think, fortunately, in the last year or so, there's been more discussion about how can we manage the use of our devices.
More findings from the research is expected to be released later this year. If you're concerned about the amount of time that your children are spending on their phone and on social media, there are ways that you can control it. For instance, on iPhones, there's a screen time setting where you can actually monitor and even set time limits for them. Similar settings are available on most devices.